And today, I'd like to invite the appropriate energy related to this kind of unusual thing that when people's eye, the veins in the eye burst, what is the spiritual reason behind? And when I count to three, the appropriate energy will come through. One, coming through this body. Two, almost here. And three, hello, who I'm speaking with. Yeah.
Well, I oversee a lot of physical symptoms on Earth, and I see that it's translated to a certain energy that you may not be, you may in a way be resisting.
I might not be resisting.
You are
Oh,
resisting a
oh.
certain energy in your life, a certain
Mm. So that cause,
belief.
yeah.
Well, it's definitely calling your attention to something, but I'm not
Mm.
here to tell you what it is.
Mm. So, who are you?
I am the energetic translator between physical symptoms and energy.
Energetic translator.
Between anything physical and between energy because it is necessary for me to exist.
Uh-huh. Very good. So that happens to, let's say, one of my clients that day when she came to do a hypnosis session, and is for the same
Well,
reason.
for her, it's a different reason. For her, it's a sense of relief.
Oh,
It's a sense of letting go.
uh-huh. I see. Because I
It's
think
showing her what to let go
that's why it happened right after her session. So,
because her soul is calling her to let go. Her soul is
oh,
screaming that this is no longer in alignment. So let
mm,
it go.
I see. And she did change a lot. So for me, this happened maybe 6 months ago. And but anyway, this time is something I'm resisting.
Because there's something that you're not letting go, you're holding on to.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, and I cannot know. I have to
Because
figure it.
once you realize it, you'll let it go. So we cannot tell you what it is. You have to figure it out yourself.
I see. Okay, I see. So every time can be different reason. Yeah.
Nothing is always the same.
Mm,
Nothing is always
mm,
not moving.
right. And so let's say this can be something. Maybe I need to ask another entity, but let's say I felt very tuned out yesterday, and it seems like there's some fairy energy is around. I think in New York City, things like that. It's not something you can tell us about.
Well, from what we can see, it is some kind of higher vibrational energy that the Earth is not very much used to. Those sensitive enough can pick it up and
Mm,
feel tuned out, but it's just your field recalibrating itself, adjusting itself. That's basically what it is.
right. And she said, or she or he, I think she said it's like
It is a feminine energy.
right, right. And I think she said, I said, what kind of energy is this? We're getting the downloads. And she said, like magic. And I said, what I can do with this if I receive the energy. And she said, do something new. And when you're doing something new, then we can kind of tap into that, the magical energy.
Because creation is magical. When you do something new, you're creating something new. You're creating.
Right. So magic is about creation.
Creation is magic.
Okay, that makes sense. And yeah, I like to know what I'm resisting, but I have to figure out myself. Very good. And thank you for
Yes, and it has to do with people.
with people. I'm resisting to someone, some
I did
people.
not say someone. I did not say a certain individual.
But how can we know who we are resisting?
That's for you to figure out.
Mm.
That's part of your own journey.
Okay, so let's say another entity that is in the subway, and we met with him many times. This hybrid, his name is Oregon, and
I feel his presence next to me at this moment. You may see if you can channel him or not.
I may or may not.
You may see if you can or not. I do not know if he wants to come through this body at this time.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want to channel him, but he was speaking Cantonese. That's just a coverage for him.
Well, most of the people you're in that area are Cantonese. Maybe he's testing to see if the people surrounding him are ready for something or not.
Mm. I see. And he was speaking pretty loud. I caught.
Well, people needed to hear.
I wish I understood, but I don't understand a word he said. So, and he has tattoos on his right arm. Yeah,
Okay.
that's not surprising.
That holds
What?
no major significance.
Uh-huh. And he also changed his seat at where he was sitting for not like obvious reason.
He needed to show someone something,
Oh, what is that?
something.
And I noticed, I'm not sure people around him, they did not pay attention to him or they did not even see him. But not many people are looking whenever I look at people's reaction to him, I don't see any.
People don't look at other people in general.
Okay, so you feel that he's next to you.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, I'm not sure if I can ask you this. I'm gonna try.
No, I
Um,
think it's time for me to go.
what made you say that? It just,
Intuition, just a feeling.
oh, okay. All right.
Goodbye now.
Thank you for being here. So now I like to invite the energy that is the appropriate energy related to that. There's a saying that in Japan, July 5th will be a big earthquake. So a lot of people really believe that. And so when I count to three, this energy will come here and give us more explanations. One, two, three.
This is Grogger. There's
Oh,
no need
nice.
to put any attention in things that provoke fear out of you. Perhaps that is, in a way, a test for the people.
So there's no such thing.
I can't say whether there is a such thing or not. It's just
Mm,
why pay attention? Why choose to pay attention to something that evokes fear?
mm.
It's not July 5th yet, is it?
I think it's a person who does animation, and he has this prophecy, and it was very clear is that day.
So what's the question? Shall we just wait until July 5th to see if it happens or not?
Yeah,
That's the only thing you can do, no?
right. But some people are thinking to leave the area.
Well, that's their lesson.
If people cannot get over the fear, what's the best thing that they can do?
You don't get over fear. You sit with it and you allow it to transform. The fear is basically mirroring a part of you that doesn't feel whole or complete.
Mm,
The more that you try to resist it or try to get rid of it,
mm,
the more intense it will feel. It's a part of you. You can't deny that.
So they should just sit with the fear until July 5th and see what happens.
yeah, they don't have
Mm,
other.
perha-
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go again.
So most people they cannot leave anyway, so they have to sit and wait.
Perhaps that is their lesson because you don't know whether it will happen or not. But
Mm,
maybe the more that you think about it, the more that they will create it. This is really a spiritual lesson in disguise. It's whether you choose to believe in the path of fear or you choose to believe in the path of yourself. Do you choose to trust yourself that no matter what will happen, you'll be okay? Or do you choose to give away your power to others and allow them and what they say to get you to feel so much fear until you live until July 5th?
mm,
It's a choice. And because of that, they're going to shift to different realities.
So if they have this fear within them, they will keep attracting these kind of negative energies into them.
If they keep feeding into the fear, yes, because that's all they're thinking about, that's all that will come into light. That's all that they will experience because that's just the mechanisms of life.
And sometimes they will also see these kind of manifesting in their real life, right?
Because they made a manifest. Collectively, this time it will be more of a collective effort if they choose to continue feeding into that fear. It may not always manifest in the form of earthquake, but it will manifest in different parts of their lives.
So let's say there's a client, and when she was being hypnotized, and it seems the person's higher self came out. I know I never mentioned to this channel, so she does not have the memory. But let's say, right, maybe you can tap into. I will just how to say. I'll just describe the situation. So instead of her higher self, when I give that command, let's say another version of her or something else came out. So why things can happen that way?
We have to understand that if the other version of her came out, that was done in collaboration with her higher self. higher self felt that the other version of her was more
Oh,
appropriate to come out.
oh. But that, how to say, the advice that entity gave is not very practical or constructive.
So
And
what made you think that was the other version of her?
because when I ask again, I said who I'm speaking with. So what is the purpose for this entity to come through?
I cannot sense that at the moment.
So the cause is client's confusion, and she feels maybe there's some blockage for her to, let's say, to have the discernment. I don't know what to say.
Her
It's
confusion is not allowing clarity to come through.
I see. That makes
She's
sense.
deeply confused about who she is on a much deeper level. Even if her higher self came out and gave her clarity, she will not resonate with that. But she might resonate with what she's not as a starting point.
I see. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So whenever, for example, we heard that the clients herself say things like, "Oh, do not trust other people. You should protect yourself from others." Like when we hear words such as those, is it the client's consciousness interfering with the message that the higher self is trying to get through?
In some ways, yes. If there are so-called blockages and lack of clarity within their physical body, for example, the messages will not come through very, very clearly. You have to act with clarity, act with knowing who you are in order for the higher messages to really come through. Not acting with fear, not acting as fear as the mechanism or with anxiety as your motivational starting point.
So that means that during the hypnosis session, even though, that energy
The
said,
message is as good as a channel.
I see.
If they are not willing to match that frequency, they will not perceive the message with clarity.
So it's because of this person is filtering.
You can say it's filtering. The messages cannot go through because there's a lot of confusion and blockages or lack of clarity within their physical body,
Right.
the physical energetic field. The
Right.
message is not coming through.
But the person, right, who is being hypnotized will believe that's what her higher self said.
It's almost as if the message is reflecting to her how she really feels. So if the message does not provide clarity, if the message does not provide a sense of lightness, a sense of freedom, where is the message really coming from?
Right.
But then for the clients who come to do a hypnosis session, they kind of all have issues where like they do want to connect with their higher self, but they are very confused. They have problems that they want to solve, have challenges that they want to pass through. So then for these kind of people, is connecting with the higher self not a really good choice if they have blockages?
Well, your experience just has proven to you that it's not.
Or maybe after the healing, right? After they realize who they are, and then connect with the higher self, not right away.
Perhaps or whatever permission slips they have.
So I think I feel that makes sense. And so Grogger, I'm not sure if you are the right person to ask, but we did another channeling and just happened. It came through this fact that seems there will be a major natural disaster somewhere in the world at the end of this year or the beginning of next year.
Just live your life moment to moment without worrying what will happen on the other side of the world.
But it might happen also not too far from us.
And when it happens, it will happen. Do not let that steal the joy of the present moment. Because you're, in a way, tapping into a lesson idea of reality by giving your energy into that image or into that visual of a natural disaster.
Right, right. So anything we give energy, where in a way we're manifesting it.
You may not always be manifesting the same exact concept, but it will manifest in your life in some way in an energetical form. Any other questions?
What do you do right now?
What do I do now? I surf the world, information. But other than that, I cannot say.
So you're still in your spaceship?
My body is the spaceship.
So you no longer need a spaceship.
No, I don't need a spaceship.
And so one thing is, it doesn't bother me too much, but bothers me a little bit is I constantly feel.
Well, if it bothers you, allow it to bother you.
Okay.
Own that bother.
So the energy that I did not feel this way, and now it's every 2 days, like very often I feel I'm somewhere else. I'm not dizzy, but I feel tuned out.
You're
Yeah,
adjusting to different energies that are coming in to your own energetic field that is changing.
right. And so I heard from this channel that she felt, something similar, and it's like you feel tired, but you don't know what to do with that. But it's
You're
not
not tired, you're readjusting.
right.
And that means tending to your own inner garden or outer garden.
Say one more time.
That means tending to your inner garden or outer garden.
Oh,
You can ask yourself, what are the beliefs that you feel like are peeling off? What are the new beliefs? Or in what ways are you coming more into who you really are? Bask in that energy, feel it. You may feel some sort of grief because older energies are fading away, but those are the things that no longer serve you. So let it go with love.
so we might feel grief or other.
It can come in different forms. You're shedding a lot of denser layers that no longer serve you.
Yeah, when I'm talking with you now, I feel that. And what do you say about people are studying very diligently about Seth materials?
Oh, I sure hope they're studying because they are willing to expand their consciousness, not because they fear something will happen if they don't.
So the important part is to use the concept to apply in real life.
However they wish to, however it resonates with them.
But sometimes I feel the materials are very detailed.
Maybe that it's just not for you.
So we're also thinking to plan a course about the basics of spirituality. Like, for example, the first part can be about ourselves, about who we are, why we're here, what we fear of, what do we fear. And then the second part can be about why do we face these kind of challenges. So do you have any advice?
Well, if you find so much joy in sharing your knowledge and wisdom, then so be it. Then do it.
Right.
Do it.
So can we say when we're excited about doing something, there are receivers already?
Well, isn't that just a natural way of life? There's at least one person who will find liberation in what you have to share with the world. Because not only are you sharing what you know with the world, but it's also a declaration of who you are. You're declaring your vibrational frequency. You're declaring who you are. You're saying, here I am. This is what I have to offer. You're sort of sending out a signal, and those who resonate with it will come towards you guys. So it's not much of an effort to advertise it in a way. Because when you put your true joy and your true intentions into making this happen, there's already an energetic signal throughout the field, and those who resonate will find it one way or another.
So there is a park in Williamsburg. I think the name is Domino Sugar Park by the river. And for some reason, every time I go there, I feel I'm like in a different reality.
Well, there's a certain energetic frequency that the part gives off, and that unique frequency is activating something within you.
Say the last sentence.
That unique frequency is activating something within you.
Oh, but every time I will still feel that way.
Depends on what you do with it.
What is being activated?
Who she is, a remembrance.
So if we have a place, when we go to that particular location, if we feel that way, usually that's the case.
Yes, because it can be people or places that activate something within you that brings you closer to who you really are.
So that's why like we will feel very familiar. Like, oh, I kind of seen this place before somewhere.
It can be, yes.
The deja vu. Yeah. That usually is the place that we have been there before.
No, it's just triggering a certain soul remembrance in you that feels very familiar because it's always been within you. It's just being activated.
Because that place is acting as a portal.
Yes.
But that can be a place that only certain people resonate with, or only me resonate with.
Depending on what your relationship to that place is.
Okay. So I feel the clouds are kind of strange. They're just have like unique shapes lately.
Yes, the weather is changing. The
Maybe.
landscape is changing, so the physical landscape is reflecting that. It's not always UFOs. UFOs will be hidden regardless of what the clouds look like because they're just vibrating on a different frequency. that is not visible to the eye. So it doesn't really matter what shape the clouds are.
But when we can see the ships, is because they adjusted their frequency for us
Yes.
people to see.
Yes.